Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's all fantastic. Everything here is pretty good, but I have a headache. I have a I've had a pretty nasty headache all day, and it's not. I took Monday off because I wasn't feeling good, but not that kind of way. I don't have the virus. I don't. Well, at least I don't think. I've been to the doctor twice this week, so. But today I just have a headache, and it's medicine. I got some medicine I've started. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that I've heard a lot of you respond that you would be very interested in seeing me make, we'll call it rustic, crafty furniture. And you know what? Truthfully, like I said the other day, I intend to at least talk to you about it here. A few things I'm going to be making like immediately are serving trays, like wooden shallow baskets. M's mom had one on her table, and she said those always sell, and they're kind of big-ish for what I would consider big. Like one of the ones she had. First of all, their table is like a 9-foot, 10-foot table. So it's gigantic. So this serving tray she had on there was just ginormous, and I don't have the correct wood in stock for that sort of ginormous thing, but I want to make some out of what I do have, because that will give me a good small project. I can batch out 3, 4, 5 of them. It'll let me experiment with the $80 paint before I go slap it on something else. It'll let me experiment with different grits of paper when I'm sanding the rustic look. So it's something that I'm going to play with. I haven't fully decided on a design yet. The ones that she had, interestingly enough, let's see if I can get some wood to give you an example of what I'm trying to say. For as inexpensive as this furniture that she buys is, these serving trays. So imagine a box, right? If I just had a box like this, there you go, you got a serving tray. And in the big end, you'd put a hole in here for a handhold. That'd be pretty simple. And that's very easy to make. You make 4 sides and a bottom, and you nail it all together, and you slap some paint on it. But that's not the way these boxes are. They're kind of splayed. So imagine the long side is out at an angle, right? And I think this is what I was intending to make. Long side at an angle like this, short side will be taller and have a handhold on it. And that's pretty simple to make, because all I really have to do is turn this board into a trapezoid, and then I put some sides on it, and then I put a bottom in it. I'll have to cut an angle on the bottom that it meets with these and just drop it in, right? But I think, the more I've thought about this, I'm pretty sure that the one that she had, all 4 sides were angled, which means that this joint right here, if you can imagine, doing this is one thing. Doing this is a completely different thing. I have to cut compound angles to make this joint work. And that's not, I mean, it's trivial. Like, I was going to say that's non-trivial. It's not that it's non-trivial, it's that it requires quite a bit of forethought, because using a compound miter saw or using the table saw to pull this off means that you have to have a setup that works and dial that in, and then you have to be able to repeat those cuts so that all of the trays can match up. And so I've really been debating on whether I'm going to make it that way. The one that I had in my head for most of the day, yesterday, today, is just a simple straight sides with the 2 sides angled out. And I can make those really quickly, because that's really just one setup, right? That would be just set an angle on my miter saw, cut the 2 end boards so that it's a trapezoid, and set the same angle on my table saw to chamfer the bottom edge, and then drop it in. The hardest part there is getting the bottom to sit down, like, basically how wide you cut that bottom means how far it slots down into that little valley that you create. So dialing that in. And that's the kind of thing that I think if I were to make something like that, say, as a that's a product that I offer. It's actually quite difficult to kind of make those on demand unless I built out some setup jigs. Like if I knew that my base needed to be exactly this width to fit into the bottom so that I have a reveal that I like, I would have to make a template for that I could put on my table saw and butt the fence up against it real quick just so I can quickly make that cut. So there's a little bit of finagling there because it isn't just straightforward 90-degree cuts that all I really have to care about is the length. Length is easy. Length is, something that you can measure and set a stop block and cut. And, being that this is, quote, rustic, it doesn't have to be precise. There's no precision required, right? It's put it together as quickly as possible is the real goal. And if I make 5 of them and they're all 5 slightly different sizes, it's really not a big deal, right? It's really isn't. And that was the thing that M's dad kept emphasizing was like, you don't have to try, just slap it together. Like that's what they want. They don't want everything perfectly square. They don't want the drawer reveal to be perfect. It's, their drawers that they put in these pieces of furniture are just boxes slid into holes. There's no slides, no runners, nothing. Just a box shoved in a hole because that's the crafty, old world kind of furniture that they're going for. So, all that is to say, I'm going to make a couple of those trays after I clean the shop. Cleaning the shop is going to be goal number 1. And I hope to. I'm going to say it, and I would say don't hold me to it, but I'm actually going to say hold me to it. I'm going to try to bring my laptop down on Friday and set up a camera in the corner and maybe just live stream cleaning this place. And so I will do it. If I do that, if I pull that off, it will probably start around noonish Eastern. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in stopping by and hanging out with me while I clean my garage. If you are, that'd be great, and I will interact as best I can while I try to make sense of this mess. So first step, do that. Then I'm going to make some trays, and when I make those trays, I'm not going to film it. I'm just going to experiment. It's just going to be me playing, and we'll see what happens. So if I do end up making this furniture, it's still going to be quite a ways down the road before I'm comfortable showing it. I think. That's what I'm trying to say. That's all I have for you today. My head hurts. I'm going to go sit back down. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking and commenting and subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is ebullient. It is an adjective meaning feeling joy and positive emotions at an extreme level. The state of being wildly enthusiastic about something. Lauren was ebullient when he found out that his mother had given the college enough money to overturn his rejection. Ebullient. E-B-U-L-L-I-E-N-T. Wow, Lauren got his way bought into college. That never happens. I would be ebullient also. But if you're that bad of a student, why are you excited about going to college?